Hello, and welcome to Cox Local Edition on Headline News. My name's Jessica Carver, and I'm with Cox Communications. Today we have a very special guest with us, Maestro Christopher Zimmerman with the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra. Thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure, Jessica. Thanks.
Wonderful. So I've heard that you recently received some pretty exciting news. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I won a prize. It's called the American Conducting Prize. I actually sent in a performance which was with the Fairfax Symphony, so I owe a lot of gratitude to them. It's a great honor to have won this prize, and a surprise.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So your new season is starting, the Symphony Orchestra's new season is starting on September 17th. Tell us a little bit about that opening program.
Well, we have a guest conductor coming in for the opening program, and there's kind of a theme to this program. I like to call it a little tongue-in-cheek, but I like to call it hallucinatory, because the first piece is by John Corigliano, who's an American composer, still alive, of great stature, actually. The piece is called Three Hallucinations for Orchestra. It's actually music that he wrote for the film Altered States by Ken Russell. I don't know whether you saw that. It's the music for that. And then the last piece of the program is Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, which is a very, very famous warhorse of the repertoire. But actually he wrote that in an induced state, somewhat hallucinatory, because he was on opium at the time. So there's that thread through that concert.
Interesting. So tell us a little bit about some highlights for later in the season.
Well, the second concert is very exciting because we're actually commissioning a piece especially for me and the Fairfax Symphony Orchestra, and also two soloists who will be playing this piece. It's called Concerto of the Andes, the mountain range in South America, written by a Chilean composer. For orchestra and three solo instruments, only two players. The instruments are guitar and viola, and an instrument which is indigenous to Chile called the charango, which is like a guitar with made out of armadillo hide, believe it or not.
Wow.
So it's kind of a exotic mixture of instruments, and written specially for us. The composer will actually be here. And also we're finishing our exploration of Sibelius. We're doing three pieces of Sibelius next year. The famous Finlandia, which is a warhorse in itself, and two of his very last pieces, a piece called Tapiola and the Seventh Symphony. And we're also performing some of the staples, Chausson, music by Chausson, music by Ravel, music by Debussy, music by Elgar, Edward Elgar, the famous English composer, Beethoven's Third Symphony, Barber's Adagio for strings, all these well-known beloved pieces. It's going to be a great season.
Wonderful. And something that the Symphony Orchestra hasn't had in quite a while is a soloist that's a harpist. Can you tell us, you've got that coming this season?
That's right. In November, as a matter of fact, our November concert, Yolanda Condonassis is coming. She's a colleague from, I've worked with her before. She's one of the greatest harpists actually on the planet. And we haven't had a harp player with the orchestra for 40 years, so this is quite an event.
Fantastic. And tell us really quickly just a couple of reasons why you think some of our viewers should come to the Symphony Orchestra.
Two reasons. One is that we are a local orchestra very near of, if I may say, immodesty, excellent quality, truly excellent quality. And the second reason is we offer a repertoire which is really varied and really exciting.
Fantastic. Well, tell us, how can we find out more information? Please
go to our website or call the office.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Maestro Zimmerman.
Thanks, Jessica.
And thank you for joining us on Cox Local Edition on Headline News. Remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and have a great day.